We have a ton of footage that didn't make the Shed Action DVDs. So being that shed season is in full swing and spring is still a few months away, we're going to try to help you cure your cabin fever.
I just stepped out into the corn and I just found a nice shed. 5-point side. Really nice shed. I'm doing pretty good now, so go pick him up and get a better look at him. Pick him up. That's a nice antler there. I know this buck too. It's not a match to any of these, but I know this buck. Got all kinds of video, or I got a little video of him, but I got trail camera pictures of this buck in velvet. He had this crab claw. Probably had about an 18-inch spread, and I didn't know if I was going to shoot this buck or not, but looking at him here, he's actually a really nice buck, good heavy mass through the beams there. That's a nice shed there. Just hammering down this picked cornfield. They picked this real late. They're just hammering it. I already found 2 other ones too, so get another look at this. This horn was covered up with a lot of snow, and we haven't had snow for about 3 weeks, so this buck dropped really early. That's a nice dark horn. And I also found this nice crab claw 5-point shed. I also have trail camera pictures of this buck not 50 yards from here. He was coming to a mineral block in the summer, and I got all kinds of pictures of him in velvet. He was a really nice buck. He's crab clawed on both sides. Heavy horn. He's about an 18-inch spread. So I will be back to try to find the match to this one and this one. And then there's also some other really big bucks that I know are here. Hopefully they're using this winter. I'd like to find the sheds to them. So it was a good day of shed hunting, and I'll be back. Probably let it sit till next week and hit it again. Well, what I'm doing this morning is I'm coming back to the spot that I was in a couple days ago when I found 5 sheds, and I'm going to bring a trail camera out here and see what bucks are using this yet. I found one match set, a couple other sheds that I found that I have trail camera pictures of the bucks, and I just got back out here again, and a couple days ago I walked right past the match to one of the sheds that I found last time, and I mean I had to have barely missed it, just stepping on it. And it's the side to the crab claw 10, so now I got his match set. I'm going to have to get those together for you and show you both. But I'll pan over and show you the shed here. It's pretty much covered up in snow, but it's pretty neat to find the match.
When I say I walked right by that shed, I mean my boot prints weren't a foot away. Literally a foot away from that shed. I don't know how I didn't see it.
Well, here's that match set together. He's the crab claw buck. He's got these G4s that are crab clawed at the end. I got all kinds of trail camera pictures of this buck in velvet. He's a really nice buck. He's probably about 125, 130 type deer. He's probably only a 3.5-year-old buck, but he's got good mass already. I found the one side a couple days ago laying right on top of the snow, and I went back there this morning to put the trail camera out to see what other bucks were there, and I found the match side to it buried in snow. So he obviously dropped one side early and then dropped the other side after we had all the snow. But that's a really nice set to have. Probably about an 18-inch spread on him. He should be a good buck to go after next year.
Well, the crab claw buck showed himself again that next summer, but I never was lucky enough to find his sheds. He kind of disappeared. I never seen him after he lost his velvet.
Here's a shed. Looks like a good one too. Oh yeah. Good shed. Fresh shed. Big brow tine. Chewed up already at the tip. Kind of a little crab claw pincher on the end there. Underneath this pine tree here. big cornfield a couple hundred yards from here, and they got trails everywhere. And really nice shed here. Big brow tine, probably about a 5 or 6 inch brow tine bladed. Try to match him up. February 1st today. Out shed hunting. A lot of snow on the ground. Nice shed. Let's try to see if we can find the match to that one.
It took a while, but I finally did come across the match to that buck. It was over a year later, did a lot of walking in this area. This deer had some giant brow tines, and it was a nice set to finally match up.
Oh, it's a nice 5-point side though. Squirrel's got it pretty good. Yeah, he's got a goofy looking beam on him. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'd found a shed last year, a fresh shed with a huge bladed brow tine just like that. This actually might be the match to that. I think it might be actually. Yeah, everything looks the same, but hit one of Gideon's spots here and we just keep finding sheds. A lot of sheds, but they just don't last. This is a year old, but still, even the fresh ones are just getting chewed on. Finding a lot of old horns. This area, it's really big woods, and there's not a lot of shed hunters around here, so lucky for us. But that's what the mice do to them. Squirrels. We got a lot of sheds to find the matches to yet, so got a lot of walking yet today. It was snow this morning. We found a dead 7-pointer, and then we found a nice 5-point side with stickers that we found the match to last year, so it's going pretty good again here for getting late in April. Let's keep walking.
We've been in the spot a couple of times this year. This would be the 3rd time we've been in here. First time we were in here, Tom found 2 nice sides to an 8, and I found a match set to a little 8-pointer. And it snowed the last time we were in here, and we walked it and we didn't find anything. And I just happened to be walking down this trail, and I was getting ready to get on another deer trail, and I look up this trail right here, and if you can see it, looks like there's a nice shed laying up there, so I'm gonna walk up there and pick it up and see what it is. Looks like it's a match set, laying right next to each other. Oh yeah, yeah. Cool. Doesn't look like a bad one. Not too huge. Oh, neat. Neat little 8-pointer. Oh yeah. It's my first match set laying right next to each other like that. Looks like a decent little 8-pointer. Nice and webbed out G2 on this side. Nothing too huge, but when they're a match set laying right next to each other like that, that's pretty neat. It doesn't happen very often.
Oh, big shed. Big shed, right here. It's like a big 4-point. Wow, that's a brute. That is a brute 8-point. Just found this one here, about 100 yards from here, and I heard Gideon yell that he found a shed, and I was heading this way anyway, but I kind of beelined it over here and got on top of this knob here with some pine trees and seen this big shed laying here. He said he found another one down here, looked pretty nice, and we don't know if it's the match or not. But that is a big 8-point side. Yeah, it looks like a 10.5-inch G2 on it anyway. Let's go take a look and see what Gideon found.
Oh, looks like a decent one. Oh yeah. Not bad, nice side to an 8. Got a nice main beam on it. Pretty decent mass. You know, I was walking down this ridge right behind me here, and I was coming down through this tamarack swamp, and you know, Tom and I, all the years of looking, we've never really found too many horns in a tamarack swamp, and it looks like they're just pounding this, so I decided to take a trail, and man, it paid off. It's a pretty decent horn. It's my first one today. Pretty excited. We walked some miles today and just found a nice one.
It was a couple weeks later and 300 or 400 yards away from where I found that nice 8 on top of that knob. I finally come across the match to that buck.
And we're back in the spot where I found just a ton of sheds already, and we're trying to match up a bunch of the sheds that we found. And I'm way back in the middle of nowhere, and there's a bunch of ridges back here, and I stepped up on a ridge and I found a real nice side of an 8. Gideon's yelling for me. I'm over here! It's laying right here. Walk that ridge right there to me, because I walked part of it. This is a fresh drop. It's right on top. Anyway, he's gonna come over and we'll look at it.
I couldn't hear a word you were saying the whole time, so.
It's a nice side of an 8. Fresh drop. It's right directly on top.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a heavy beam.
Wow.
Look at this next ridge over too.
That is fresh, isn't it? Wow. It's a nice horn.
I'll let you take this. Man, these ridges. Nice mass. We're just hitting this spot, like I said already. There's just a ton of sheds in here, and all nice, you know, a lot of nice sheds. And we come to try to match up the nice ones that we got, and we just keep finding new ones that we don't have any matches to. And he's got super mass, really thick beam, and it laying right on top of the snow. It had to have been fresh drop. Couldn't have been here very long. Got these big cedars, swamps in the middle of nowhere, tamarack swamps, these ridges everywhere, but it's thick and nasty back in here. I've actually never walked too far back in here on this side, so I'm gonna keep looking, and hopefully we can find the matches or just keep finding other big ones.
Yeah, as you can probably see, we're totally obsessed with shed hunting. So we have tons of footage that we never used. So we're going to come up with another video in March and April. So keep checking in at whitetailaction.com, and thanks for watching.